Hey everyone, my name is Lacey and welcome to my channel. So this week I'm going to be doing another draw with me. This is basically just where I draw and then we can talk about something. I find these fun. I like to do them with other artists because you can just draw along and have something to listen to. So I thought it would be fun to try this out with you guys. I have done one before, so if you haven't seen that, I will put it in the iCards above. I am in no way a professional, but I just thought I could give you a few tips and we could just talk about something, give it a little story time. And I've said this like a million times, but if you're new here, the whole point of my channel is just to be able to share what I know and help you guys realize that anybody can do art, anybody can do crafts. There is a way if you want to take a chance. And also, I just like to show affordable products. I know that art and crafts can be expensive, but I just show just simple things that I like to do. I like to break it down into steps to help you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoy these videos as well. As always, if you do like my video, please like and subscribe. Your subscriptions mean so much to me. I say this every time too, but they really do, and it helps other people be able to view my videos. And also, if you haven't heard already, when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'll put that in the iCards above if you want to have more information about that. So we're going to be using this sketchbook. I bought it at Michael's on sale. I don't know how much it was, maybe like $8 Canadian. You can use literally any sketchbook. You can use line paper, though I don't exactly recommend that, but you can use computer paper. You can literally just use whatever you have on hand. As you guys may know, I am also on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, though I'm not very good at some of these platforms. But all of those links are down below, and I actually got an idea from TikTok, and that is that people will have a prompt book. They'll number each prompt, and then they'll use a random generator to generate a number, and then they do that prompt. So I had this idea to use a random generator to generate a number, and then I will draw that Pokemon. And I'm just starting out with the first generation. I do really love the first generation of Pokemon, and so I just wanted to start there, simple. And I have been doing this on TikTok, so if you guys want to see that, you can view it. I have also posted my videos on Instagram, so they're on there as well. So I decided to do a draw with me Pokemon using the random generator, so you guys will see that. And I will also show my past drawings at the end of the video when I do the run through. Usually I will do like a little show of everything that we did at the end of the video. And so I am super excited to do this with you guys. Also, if you guys want to know what to use material wise, I literally just use a pencil. This is a mechanical pencil. You can use a regular pencil. You can use any kind of pencil you want. I sketch out the picture and then I just have been using this little, it's called Bic Intensity. It's just a little mark, or a little, kind of like a marker and a pen. I don't really know what to call it. It's kind of like if a marker and a pen had a baby. Just as a little fine tip. But I have also used just regular pens. I've also used fine tip Sharpie, so whatever you want. And then I just use color pencils. I got this whole set, 72 colored pencils. They're from Stadler or Stedler. I don't know how to pronounce it. I did get this at the Walmart in Canada. I don't think it was that much money. I can't really remember. I might put that down below if I can find it. They were 72, but you can also just use a cheap box of pencils. To be honest, I thought these would be a better quality than they were. I find that I have to push pretty hard, and then even if I try to layer the color, it doesn't exactly become very dark. So so you can really just use whatever color pencils you have. I do want to upgrade eventually. I just haven't. So anyways, I use color pencils, and then I've been using some markers. I just been using this twin tip brush markers. I got them from, I think, Michael's. It could have been Hobby Lobby. Actually, I think it was Hobby Lobby in the US. It's $20 US, and really I'm gonna have to upgrade them as well soon because I have been using them a lot and they are on their last leg. But you can use any markers. You don't even have to use markers if you don't want to. Really, you could just use whatever you want. I'm just letting you know what I use, and I hope that's helpful. So, yeah, let's just get right into this. I am super excited to do this with you guys. So, let's get started. So, I found this random number generator on Google and I got number 79. I looked that up and it is Slowpoke. So I just highlight it in my book where I wrote down all of the first generation. I used this envelope to make a line right through the middle. And I start by writing it out and then just try to keep the shape simple so that way you guys can see how I break it down. So the head is a circle, the ears are circles, the muzzle was a circle, etc. I like to look at an image and then try to think about it in simple shapes. This helps me be able to break down the image and then recreate it as I like. Sometimes I change certain things to better work for me. Like, I might not like a certain way that something is shaped, and then I may change it. On the next Pokemon, I will talk about this a little bit. It's just sometimes that I can't get something to work exactly right, or I think that it'll look better proportioned a different way, and it's okay to make things look different from your own perspective. This is what makes it your art. I'm not going to talk about how to make every single Pokemon, but if you guys have questions or want me to explain more specifically or anything like that, you can always comment below the video and I will be happy to help you as much as I can. Like I said, I am not a professional at doing this. I just do it for fun, but I have been doing it for a little while, so hopefully I can help you if you need it. I would also love to hear your guys' stories about why you love Pokemon, how you got into Pokemon, things like that. I feel like it's such a throwback to when I was a kid, so it kind of surprises me that kids still like it nowadays. I still love it, and I know it's kind of popular right now. I even crocheted my fiance's nephew an Onyx because that's his favorite Pokemon, and we couldn't find it in store anywhere. I'm sure you guys know what this Pokemon is. It's Eevee, so I'm just writing it out, and this one really gave me a hard time. And also, this is my example of something that I changed. Eevee has like a tuft of hair on top. I felt I couldn't really make it look good. Actually, I had a lot of issues with the proportions. I think because she's kind of like a fox, but she's thicker than a fox. I don't know why, but you can see me like trying stuff out and erasing it, and that's totally fine. It's fine to try things out, and if it doesn't work for you, just, do it the way that you can. Maybe it's not the best picture you've ever made, but you'll still feel proud that you tried, and it'll still give you experience, and hopefully the next time you can draw it even better. I think I've said this before, but I just hear a lot of people saying that they can't draw well, and I have to say there was a good period of my life in which I thought I couldn't either, even though when I was a kid I really wanted to be an artist. And eventually I realized that I don't have to draw like my friends or like a certain person. There's things that I'm good at that they're not good at, and there's things that they're good at that I'm not good at. And they've had like a lot of classes in art and I haven't, but that's not the point. You don't have to have classes in art. I mean, you definitely can, it definitely can help, but you don't have to be a professional to enjoy doing what you're doing and to share that with other people. I remember when I was a kid, me and my siblings, we would get my uncle to draw Pokemon because we thought he was really good at art, and now it's really fun that I feel like I can finally do it by myself, and even though it might not be better than somebody else or the best art out there, it's still fun and it's still something that I like to do, and I hope that I can share that with you guys as well. So I did say that I would like to do a little story time, so I thought long and hard about what I was going to talk about. I don't have that many Pokemon stories. I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers. I grew up with just one of my sisters and both my brothers, and the sister I grew up with plus one of my brothers, we always watched Pokemon. We had Pokemon cards. We played the Pokemon card game. I did like collecting the cards. I remember we had so many cards. We also liked playing Pokemon Stadium, and my favorite was Charmander and Togepi. I know Togepi is not in the first generation, but she was still one of my favorite. I even dressed up as Misty and made my own Togepi egg. for Halloween one year, but I don't have that many Pokemon stories. But I do have a ton of stories about my youngest brother. His name is Miguel, and he has Down syndrome. To be honest, he's really my best friend. Like, we're inseparable. I love him so much. It's hard to explain, but I have such a strong connection with him, and it's been really hard being here in Quebec and not being there with him, and I think about him all the time. So of course he came to my mind when I was thinking about telling stories. I will show a couple of pictures of him. There are some from Halloween. We always used to do Halloween together. We loved doing holidays together. We even graduated together. Coincidentally, I got my bachelor's degree the same year that he graduated high school, and then somehow we accidentally took a very similar picture 2 years later when I finished my master's degree. I hope you guys don't mind that I do a story time while we do art. I actually really like to watch these on YouTube, just like draw with me with artists, because I think it's super fun and it's nice to kind of learn something about them and their life and just listen to something while I draw. And so I hope that you guys like these as well. So back to my story. It's really a long story, but the short version is that I studied abroad in Quebec and I met my fiance here, and we long distance dated for a long time, for almost 2.5 years. And I went back to the US and I started and finished my master's degree. And then the day after I graduated, I moved to Quebec to be with my fiance. But before I moved here, we actually got Miguel's passport and I took him to Quebec to visit, and we had a super fun time here. So we went to visit the summer of 2019, but the spring of 2019 I actually took him to St. Louis. We drove there from Tennessee. It was kind of the first time we really did something together like that without my parents, and it was a lot of fun. Here's where we went to the St. Louis Zoo. It was really cold. You can see there's snow on the ground, and so there wasn't that many animals, but we did get to see the animals that were like enclosed. And it was really funny because there was a sea lion, and the sea lion like came straight up to us, put its fin up to the glass, so I put my hand up to its fin, and then it pretended like it was gonna bite me. I really feel like it was like a crowd pleaser. It was super funny. Miguel laughed at me a lot because I jumped, and then me being me, I did it the same exact thing again, and Miguel always saying, "Oh, the lion, it's gonna bite you." So he found that extremely funny. Also, my little brother, he super loves Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter too, so we have this in common. And at one point he's sitting down, we're inside and it's the terrariums and everything like that, and I see him over there talking to himself. So I go over there and he's going like, "Hush, hush." And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Oh, I'm just talking to him." And if you guys don't get this joke, then you're not a Harry Potter fan. He's just speaking parcel tongue. And then also, before we went to Quebec, we got to go to like a little drive-in safari. I wanted to show some photos from that because Miguel thought that was the funnest thing, because the animals kept trying to take his bucket of food, and he really loved to see those animals. So when we finally went to Quebec, we went to all of the tourist attractions that we could, and Miguel, he really had a great time. We took him to see the Chateau Frontenac, which is a castle that is a big tourist attraction here in Quebec, and he super loved that castle so much that he actually has 2 snow globes of the Chateau Frontenac. Well, he already had one that I had bought him before he came, so he was already really hyped to see the castle. And then we let him pick out another snow globe, and he picked another Chateau Frontenac. That's how much he loved it. For those of you who don't know him, he collects snow globes, and it all started because if you have ever seen the movie Santa Claus, then you will know that in the movie Santa Claus gives his son a snow globe so he can see the North Pole. Miguel, he loves Christmas and Santa Claus more than anybody I know, and he thinks that he can make it snow with a snow globe. So if it's snowed, I will go to him and say, "Kel, did you know that it snowed?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, I know, I did it." And then he'll shake the snow globe and he'll put it up to the window and he'll be like, "See? I mean, can't argue with that." So when I was moving to Quebec, it was super hard for me to leave him, as I said, and I was trying to explain to him kind of the severity of what was happening so that way he would be prepared. And I was trying to break it to him like, "Miguel, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go live in Canada and I'm gonna come visit you and you can come visit me, etc. And he was like, that's okay. And I'm like, what? Because I thought he'd at least be sad. And he was like, I'll see you in the snow globe. And I'm like, what? And he like shows me the Chateau Frontenac, which is in Quebec. And he's like, I'll see you in the snow globe. And then whenever me and my fiance decided to move to a bigger apartment, I'm trying to explain to Miguel because we video chat almost every day, and I was like, I'm moving to a big house because Miguel doesn't know the word apartment, so I can't explain that I'm moving to a bigger apartment. And who's that Pokemon? It's Paris. The other number was actually Zapdos, but I'd already done him, so I didn't do him again. Who's that Pokemon? It's Ponyta. I'm sure you guys already know. I feel like they're not hard to guess. So, back to my story. I told Miguel that we're moving to a bigger house, and I don't know how it happened, but somehow he got into his head that we are moving to the Chateau Frontenac. I don't know if he still thinks we live there. Maybe he's gonna come visit at some point after COVID-19 and be disappointed. We did have a really good time here. Also, I do have one more story from when he was in Quebec, and that is my fiance. He had these fake swords, and him and Miguel were sword fighting. It was so funny because Miguel really loves the Power Rangers, and he surprised us because he looked at my fiance and said, "Put down your sword, Ranger." And my fiance was so astonished, he just dropped the sword, and then Miguel just ran over there and started beating him up. He wasn't hurt or anything. It was just funny. He had such a great time, and he still talks about it and still says he's gonna come visit and sword fight with my fiance. Him and my fiance are best friends, and every time I call him, he asks about my fiance. And when Miguel talks to my fiance, he always says, "Hey, my buddy, buddy." And it's so cute. And my fiance asked him to be his best man in our wedding, and now Miguel makes my fiance call him his best man all the time, which is adorable. And it's so funny because there's a song that me and Miguel made up. We call it our best friend song, and instead of saying best friend, he makes my fiance say best man, and it's really just so cute. So here's the last picture of us in Quebec, and I just wanted to mention something that's happening in the drawing, and that is, if you've noticed, I have erased a lot. That's because, first of all, I'm not very good at drawing horses. Actually, I'm pretty bad at drawing horses. I remember in high school, in an art class, I had to draw a horse. The legs looked broke. I was not good at it at all. I'm also not very good at drawing fire. But like I mentioned before, practice makes perfect, and in the end I was still proud that I did Ponyta, even though maybe I thought it wasn't my best work. But you'll never get better if you don't practice at doing it, so it's okay to make a lot of lines, to erase lines, to realize what works, what doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with it. The thing I always try to remember is that I can always erase it, I haven't inked it yet, and even if I had inked it and I really, really hated it, I could always just do it over again. There's more paper in the sketchbook, and I just always try to remember that if I don't like it, I can just take a break, I can come back to it, and hopefully I can, do it again. I could just keep redoing it until I like it. It's your art and you get to do it however you want. So I've jumped a little bit. I finished the drawing, I inked it, and now I am coloring. You may have noticed me using that piece of paper under my sketch pad, and basically what I do is I take out all of the colors of the color I want. So I take out every orange I have, and then I test each orange on the paper to choose one that is the closest to whichever color I want. Sometimes I do mix colors, but like I mentioned, these color pencils really aren't the best, and I do hope to get better ones eventually. I always keep that piece of paper there, or a piece of paper there, to use to test my colors on. Sometimes I turn the sketchbook to get a better range of motion, so I find it easier if I make longer strokes, so I turn it. Right here I am using markers to outline. This all started because I was using markers for shading, but then I don't know exactly what it became. I feel like now it's too bold to really be shading, but I still do it, and it's just something fun I've been doing. It's not really for any purpose, and you definitely don't have to do it. I couldn't really shade with the color pencils because, like I said, they were really not working very well, and I couldn't really get that dark line I was looking for. So yeah, it's just really something that I'm doing for no reason. Creative control. I am jumping around just a little for time's sake. I wanted to show that I tried to do a little bit of blending by using some other colors and using my finger, but it wasn't really working out that great. Like I said, the pencils, I blame it on the pencils. I wasn't disappointed with how it came out though. Hey everyone, and thank you for making it to the end of my video. So I had so much fun making this with you guys and sharing my stories, sharing my life with you guys. It was so much fun, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. So I did just want to show my final products. I have Slowpoke plus Galarian Slowpoke and Eevee. I actually like Eevee the least out of all the ones I've done. I feel like it was really hard for me to get her proportions correctly, and it's okay though. I still enjoy doing it, so there's my Paris and Ponyta plus Galarian Ponyta. I really like doing some of the Galarian Pokemon. I know there's 3 types of Pokemon that we have: the Galarian, the Alolan, and the Gigantamax. I actually didn't really know that before I did this, so it was fun to just represent some of those if I can. And I don't know if I'm going to do that for all of them. I just know that I did it for these ones. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I did want to show you the ones that I did on TikTok. So we have the Pidgeotto and the Ammonite. We have Hypno and Golduck. We have Executor and Dratini. We have Execute, Victory Bell, and Zapdos. So I actually wanted to do some of them together to save time and space, so I did that. And then I also did Nidoqueen together with Tauros, and these two are supposed to be together, Seeking and Primate, but they were really different, you know, being water and fighting. So I just did the same thing, which is like they're both attacking. And that brings us to the ones that I just did. So I had a lot of fun doing this with you guys, and I hope that you guys liked it as much as I did. And if you did like it, please like and subscribe. So I probably said this before, but I always try to upload on Sunday, and next Sunday we have something fun in store, so I hope that you guys will come back for that. And if you guys like this and you guys want to show me yours, or if you want to comment with your suggestions or ideas or just whatever, you guys can put that in the comments below. And I hope to see you guys next week. So bye.